This episode has been a long time coming. The final stage, or so we thought. This was about to be all for nothing. Find out why. Right, so before we get started, I need to explain some things. So past Cass wasn't exactly thinking about future Cass, and was very amateur when it comes to filming this. In short terms, past Cass didn't get audio, and may or may not have lost parts of the episode. Now future Cass has to pick up the pieces and make lemonade out of lemons. Now that's out of the way, let's move on. Now, these headlights I've been chasing for a while. And I have been down the Flea Bay Road, I have been down the Backyard People. The ones I currently have are absolutely useless. I think they broke the day after we actually put them in. Poor guy was trying to do the best that he could, but anywho, it turned to absolute pus. So, massive thank you to Lads Lighting, Lucas and the team for helping us out, giving us basically my dream headlight. So, let's get these old ones out and get these sexy new ones in. So one of the handy things with getting a pre-made kit for your headlights, now that means pre-made as in everything's done for you, it is as simple as unplugging your factory loom and replugging it back in. Honestly, these guys have thought it through. They have made sure that they're packed nice and tight. They're covered with wrap. We don't have a single mark on them. They haven't moved in the box. Awesome thinking, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, instructions. If you are electrically dyslexic, instructions are your best friend. So, let's get these all installed. Help. Can we walk? So before we bolt it all back in, the one thing we want to test is to make sure everything is working properly. So this is why we still have the light out. So we can test everything to make sure it's perfect. Now, as much as I'm not the best when it comes to electrical, I'm still trying to learn. And now, for some of you that might not know, my biggest fear with wiring anything is that it'll catch fire. And now I love my car, so I don't really want to be the reason she burns to the ground. However, this doesn't mean I'm not learning. So props to anyone that isn't afraid to ask for help or is still learning. And this is why you don't film things with your husband. Anywho, it's alright, I found like hair coming off places. My hair must be all through it. Got my phone. Now as we move on to the roof rack, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm rather picky when it comes to parts. And it has taken me years, and I mean years, to finally put a roof rack on Archie. Now I've had my eye on the wedge tail for a while. 1, they're Australian made. 2, I don't know if you've noticed, but Archie is gutter mount. And to be honest, they look shit. However, the wedge tail backbone brackets make it look sexy, and we like sexy. 3, they're versatile. We can change out the slats and put Starlink mounts, solar panel mounts, or even one of my favourite accessories, which as you'll see later, is very necessary for me. They have handles so you can climb up. You know how I mentioned earlier about those roof rack handles that you can get? And how it's absolutely necessary for me? Well, I don't know if you can tell or not, but my husband is close to 2 meters tall. And even he struggled with the height. Now I'm on the short side, and right there, I'm on my tippy toes. Am I any help to him right now? Absolutely not. Vertically challenged has its issues. So we got our work lights up here on every corner. We're going to take this off so we can replace it. We have the new hardcore spotties. They're going to look awesome. New headlights. They're all shiny and pretty. And then we've got the wedge tail rack with more lights on this side. Windy as hell. There's our light bar. So he's just doing the bracket up for that now. Working on our coffee machine area, that is the said coffee machine. We have our Molly panel in from K-On, our EcoX speaker, our compressor is actually mounted in here. You can see it from behind the seats, but other than that, we've got our treads mounted up there for the moment, or stacked in there. We've got a wire in our speaker. That way I can run it all on a switch. So she is getting there. I'm going to practice welding. this is where things had to change. We went from making a beautiful battery setup to having to change everything in a heartbeat. Now let me break it down for you. So that battery looked great, and I loved exactly where it was going. However, that meant I had to move the drawers. And at this stage, I was at the bucket stage, if you get what I mean. So that meant I had to find another option. And as I said, I was at the bucket stage, which also meant my thinking power was no longer. I got to a point where I was just pointing out in places and saying, just fit it there. This is where we figured out our option 2. Mount it to the panels and move on. Just when you think the build series is done, we have so much more to show you yet.